Hello, today we're going to take some notes on solving multi-step equations. Just like we did the other day, you're going to need to make sure that you have downloaded both of the image files from the media album in today's folder. So make sure you've downloaded 2 documents here, and then you're going to watch this video. You have an IXL for tonight, and then please make sure that when you are finished with these 2 pages of notes, that you go back to the My Notes folder, and this is where you're going to submit both of the documents here. All right, let's get started. So this should be mostly review from last year, and these are kind of fun. We call them Doodle notes, so if you want to color and make them artsy with your Google Canvas, you can. Color in all the different things and designs, you're welcome to do that too to have some fun. All right, so here we have some steps to follow. First step is always to distribute if you have parentheses. Then you will combine any like terms. It's really important that you only combine like terms that are on the same side of the equation. Then you're going to move variables and constants. Constants are just the numbers to opposite sides. You're going to collect like terms, and then you're going to solve for the variable by multiplying or dividing. Remember that the whole idea is to get the variable all by itself. So here's an example that shows all the steps. Since I have parentheses, I'm going to multiply first, making sure I multiply by everything inside the parentheses to get 8x minus 4. Then I'm going to multiply or distribute on the other side, again, including everything in the parentheses to get 5x plus 5. And then this 3 just gets brought down. The second step is to combine like terms. Well, I have 2 constants over here, so 5 plus 3 becomes 8. The third step is to move variables and constants. So typically I say try to move the smaller variable. You don't have to, but if you do, that tends to make your life a little bit easier. So I have 8x and 5x, and so we move things by doing the opposite operation. So that's positive 5x, so I'm going to subtract 5x here, which they show in this step right here. Those cancel. And then I have a negative 4 and a positive 8, and remember I want to get everything away from this x. So I'm going to do the opposite here, and I am going to add 4 to both sides. That cancels, and they show that 4 here. Then you're going to collect these like terms again. So 8x minus 5x is 3x, and 8 plus 4 is 12. And then finally, to get x all by itself, I do the opposite of multiplying by 3, which is dividing by 3, and that gives me my final answer. All right, here's 2 more examples. We can look at these together. I would ideally like you to be trying these on your own, so you would need to pause the video and then come back and check your work. All right, here we go. The first problem here, we do have parentheses, so we're going to distribute again and distribute to everything inside. So that gives me 15x minus 36, and then I just bring down that 6x. At this point, we don't have any like terms that are on the same side, so I can't combine the 15 and the 6x because they're opposite sides. So now I look at moving a variable. Well, I have 15x and 6x is definitely smaller, so I'm going to move it by doing the opposite. So that means I have to subtract 6x from both sides, and then I have 9x minus 36. This doesn't just go away. I have to put equals 0. If I don't, then I lose the value of my equation. I can't just move the equal sign. It has to stay here, and 0 acts as a placeholder. From here, I'm going to move the 36 away from x. I'm going to do the opposite by adding 36. And then I'm left with 9x equals 36. And then from here, I want to get everything away from x. So the opposite of multiplying by 9 is dividing by 9. And so here I find that x is equal to 4. And I can put it here in the box as well. All right, so for the next one, we have some additional parentheses we need to deal with here. So I am going to multiply 1/2 times everything inside, which gives me x minus 3. Then I'm going to multiply negative 5 times everything inside, which is negative 5x minus 5. And then again, I just bring down the positive 3. So then I look for like terms that are on the same side. So I've got this negative 5 and positive 3 I can combine together. So everything else just moves down to the next row. And then again, I have variables on each side and constants on each side. So let's move the variable first. I've got x or 1x and a negative 5x. So negative 5 is smaller, so the opposite would be to add 5x to both sides. That gives me 6x minus 3. Those cancel. Now that's equal to negative 2. And remember, you want to move everything away from x. So the opposite of -3 is +3. Then I'm left with 6x equals 1. Do the opposite of multiplying by 6. And my final answer is x equals 1/6. Please leave that as a fraction. The reason you want to leave it as a fraction is that way you can plug 1/6 back into your equation to see if you get a true statement. If you change that to a decimal, you're not going to get an exact value. All right, at this point, if you haven't paused yet, I would encourage you to pause your video, and then I would like for you to come back and take a look at these examples. There is one more little thing here I want to show you about the 5 steps. We're going to write those 5 steps again from page 1, but I'm going to show you something a little different about them. Okay, so I'm leaving some space here on purpose. The first one is distribute. The second one is combine like terms. And if you have to pause here to catch up on the writing, that's perfectly fine. The third one is to move the constants and the variables. Oops, I ran out of room. Step 4 is to collect those like terms again. And finally, step 5 is to solve. All right, the reason I left space there is I'm going to go back through and write some letters in here that should look very familiar to you. All right, so I wrote the letters PLMS. And I wrote those because that should remind you of the name of our school, but it also goes along with our steps to solving equations. So we distribute when there are parentheses. And then we use the L to combine like terms. The M reminds us to move the constants and the variables. Collect like terms is just going to happen when you do that. And then the last one, S, is to solve. So if you can remember PLMS, that might help you in terms of asking yourself what you need to do first. All right, so you might want to pause and work some of these out now by yourself. Come back and check. A note here about this one, this last term right here is -y. Looks a little bit like a 4, but it's a -y. All right, so I'm going to ask myself, do I have parentheses? Yes, that means I have to distribute. So that gives me 8y plus 16 plus 3. Remember that 3 just gets dropped down again. Over here on the other side, I have parentheses again, so I'm going to multiply and get 6y minus 8. And again, remember that's a -y that gets brought down. Okay, so I did the P, and then the like terms I have to combine is I have a 16 and a 3. So that gives me 8y plus 19. And over here, I have 6y, and I have minus 1y. So that becomes 5y minus 8. If you want to write PLMS down while you're doing this to help you remember, that's perfectly fine. M is to move my variables and constants. So I'm going to look at the variables first. I have an 8 and a 5y. So the smaller one is 5. So I'm going to do the opposite of positive 5y. So I'm going to subtract 5y. And that gives me 3y plus 19 is equal to -8. And at this point, we want everything away from y because that's what we're trying to get to. So at this point here, I'm going to do the opposite of 19, which is subtracting 19. That gives me 3y is equal to -27. And then the opposite of multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3. And so that tells me that y is now equal to -9. All right, moving on to the next one. We're going to solve for x in number 4. So again, I can do my PLMS over here if I would like to check things off. So I do have parentheses. Almost all of these have parentheses today, but it won't always be that way. So if there's no parentheses, you can just move on. So we're going to multiply the 5 to get 5x minus 10, bring down the 3x, and then over here, there's a negative sign here. That essentially means that it's -1. If you want to write in the -1, you can do that. And this right here is a 4. It's a +4 there. I made a little note on my side. So we're going to multiply everything through here, and I'm going to write -1x, or you can write -x minus 4. All right, so there's my parentheses. Then I look for like terms. I have a 5x and a 3x. I'm going to combine those to get 8x minus 10, and that is equal to, I'm going to change that to -x just so you can see it both ways, minus 4. All right, then I'm going to move some variables. So I have an 8x and a negative x. Negative x is smaller, so the opposite of that would be adding x. So that gives me 9x minus 10 is now equal to negative 4. And then from here, we want to get everything away from x. So we're going to do the opposite, and we're going to add 10 to both sides. That gives me 9x equals 6. This is my solving part. I forgot to check that off up there too. This is the solve part. So now we're going to move everything away from 9 by dividing by 9. And I'm going to come over here, and we have x is equal to 6 over 9. Again, keep it as a fraction, but make sure it's a simplified fraction. 6 over 9 is not simplified, and so we can reduce or simplify that to 2/3. Again, you want to do 2/3 because 2/3 is a repeating decimal. And so if you try to plug that back in as 0.6 repeating, you will not get your equation to work out. All right, number 5, again, we're going to do PLMS. So we've got parentheses here. 2w minus 6 is equal to 5w plus 6. Move a variable. So we're going to move the smaller one, which is 2. And then here, it's on the opposite side, but that's okay. I want to move everything away from w, so I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. And I'm running out of room down here. And then we're going to divide both sides by 3. So in this case, w is equal to negative 4. I'm going to just use that little box there. All right, and last but not least, number 6. Again, your PLMS. So I'm going to start with my parentheses to get 7a minus 21. The 4a comes down, and then I multiply by 2 to get 2a plus 1. So that's my parentheses. My like terms are right here. So I have 7a minus 21 is equal to 6a plus 1. Then I'm going to move my variable. I've got 7 and 6. 6 is smaller. So now I have a, or 1a, minus 21 is equal to 1. I'm sorry, I made a mistake up here again. There's a 2 there. How many of you followed that along? There we go, my fault. And then we're going to add 21 to both sides and get a equals 23 down here. Okay, what I just did right there, that's actually a really common mistake. So always make sure that you're distributing. I was just going a little fast because my timer is about to run out on this video. So make sure you have all those checked. If you have any questions, please let me know. Make sure you submit that back into the My Notes folder of Schoology.